inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment, and you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows, one set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clout. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Barrett and Sue. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. I done fed up of the dirty water, low pressure, want scream and tell somebody. Imagine 1500 US, and they're telling me super salary. I done fed up of the unemployment racism and the lie they say one Guyana. Cause when you look with the oil money going, circulate with one set of banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up.
Yeah, my name is Jacinti Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my ex next to the cup, and what they are doing today I can't take it, so I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
Basement level vibes with another one, straight up blackness. Aye, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, we have to gather round, grab a seat and sit down, pay attention. Education, liberation, we have to stand strong. Benskop upon the radio, lively up the program. Everybody call somebody and let them turn and tune and on the radio and catch the boom song. We boom it up already, we have to boom it up again. Expose and reveal him. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop.
Yeah, my name is Jacinty Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my X next to the cup. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
All right, good night. Welcome to Straight Up. My name is Mark Benchop. It's 13 minutes after 9 o'clock. We get straight into business. Wherever you are, good night. If it's night, if it's morning, good morning. If it's afternoon, whatever it is. But this is Straight Up. Don't forget DJ Shrimpy. Yeah, that's DJ Shrimpy. Just got off the phone with him. Ask why am I not playing his video ad? Well, it is what it is. He wants us to play his video ad. You will hear the video ad from tomorrow, but for now, it's the backyard party at Woodbine Ballroom. Well, at least we get an ad. Somebody reminded me that we actually got an ad right here on 107.1 FM. Thank you, Strimpy, for supporting us with this one ad. Thank you all so much. All right, so what's happening in your neck of the woods as you share the link? Thank you all so much. Let me see what's happening. Somebody says no audio. People are saying no audio. Of course, sometimes we experience a little bit technical difficulties. Look, Hazel Johnson, we don't want to hear anything about doggy. Tonight we're dealing with serious sorry, we're dealing with serious business here on 107.1 FM. That's what we do here all the time, all the time. That is what we do here, if you know what I mean. And so there's an elections and people are preparing to vote. People want to be able to do the right thing, and people should be able to do the right thing. They should be able to do the right thing, and so we can't blame them. We can't blame them at all. September 1st is elections day. September 1st is elections day, and you tell me we're still going to continue to be distracted? Lots and lots of distractions. Tell me something. Now, I know Doggy. I probably saw him around Georgetown when he was running around Georgetown. But outside of that, how important is that for elections? We got issues, you got policies, you want to be able to remove a corrupt government, and you have to stay focused, guys. This is not a comedy show. It's not a comedy show. The sanction guy has disowned him. He said he's just a fan. Doggy is just a fan, and all manner of things. Let's stay focused. How many of you, those of you who are supporting the coalition, those of you who are supporting APNU coalition, how many of you can talk about the policies? How many of you can talk about 5 things that the coalition, APNU coalition, has to offer? These are things that you got to be focused on, guys. The distractions are many. Do not fall into this trap, guys. Let the fan just blow it away. The wind will be blown away. Wind, sorry, wind. You know, this is a serious election. This is not a comedy show, guy. It's just not a comedy show. And if you guys don't know you're being distracted, well, I don't know. Up to now, no one in the comment section can tell me about five issues that you're willing to vote. Serious people talking about healing Guyana, mind you. It is not a Kanta show. This is not a show for kunumunus. This is politics. This is about taking control of the country. That is what it is. And this is not a talking pot. You put on dark shades and you talk. People want to see you. People want to hear you. You must be able to answer questions. And those people who are dodging, and we know who those, other than sanctioned guys and so forth, there are others who are dodging the press because they have no issues. They have no policies. They don't know how they're going to run a country and all these things. And we're seeing it. Anyways, I want to talk about how many of you, they call, who's it, Azradin? They call him the sanction guy. The PPP should be calling people sanctioned people, of all. Leave that for other people. But the PPP themselves get sanctioned people, they get sanctioned girl. What is this sanctioned girl up to? Now, I'm going to read some of your comments. What is sanctioned girl? Good. So I'm asking you, what's the situation with Sanction Girl? Is she, and this is the PPP Sanction Girl, the PPP gets sanctioned people. They can't disown the Mohammeds because the Mohammeds, they got sanctioned as a result of the PPP and what the PPP allowed them to do. So they can disown Sanction Mohammed and they can hide from this Sanction Girl. What is this Sanction Girl up to? What is she? Is she still getting paid by taxpayers' money? Are they still paying her even though she was sent on leave? She should have been fired because she's sanctioned. They can't beat around the bush. She's sanctioned. Sanctioned, right, Twinkle? She is sanctioned. 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 Gosh, what's going on in Guyana? What's happening in Guyana? All these sanctioned people, sanction, sanction, sanction. But what I want the government or the so-called government to talk about, I want them to talk about these sanctioned people. Yep, they're friends too. These sanctioned people. Look at them. Let's talk about, forget about Mark Cromwell, also known as Demon. Forget about him. Forget about Paul Dabby. Forget about Randolph Duncan. They've been sanctioned. Okay. They've been sanctioned for trafficking, drugs, cocaine. But let's talk about this police officer, this senior police officer. No one seems to be talking. No one is asking these questions. What has become of Hemnat Saw? Is he still a member of the Guyana Police Force? That's what I want to know. That's what the nation, the people, Guyanese want to know. Is Hemnat Saw still a member of the Guyana Police Force? That's what I want to know. Now, I notice Twinkle is asking a good question, and this is about the Mohammeds. Good question. We can't run away. Notice the Mohammeds, them talking about persecution and the police force, and the chicken has come home to roost, because they got some corrupt business people in Guyana have used the Guyana police force to persecute individuals, to go after individuals, to oppress individuals. And now what the Mohammeds are getting, what Azradin Mohammed is getting, is a dose of his own medicine. Now, is it right that the government of any country would use the police force to go after anybody? No, it's not right. And don't get me wrong. But I'm glad that the Mohammeds, they are getting a dose of this sort of medicine. While it's not right for any government to do it. But these are the same people who have ensured that the police force did this to other people. So you've got to be careful what you do in this life. You've got to be careful. You've got to be careful. And that is why I'm saying this is a personal war between the Mohammeds, Jagdeo, Irfan Ali, the sheriff, security, or whatever those guys are. It is a personal war that's going on. And you guys are caught in the middle of this personal war. You guys are caught up in the middle of the fan. Not me. I'm not going to be caught up in this. Now, let me say this again. It is wrong for any government, installed or not, and we know the PPP has a history of doing that. They have persecuted people. Lots and lots of people, if you know what I mean. They have persecuted. They have assassinated people. And the thing in this life, and that is why if you're going to be in activism, and this is for some activists, Facebook activists and so forth, you've got to be consistent. You just can't ignore this, cover up that because it's your friends or because you want to see somebody defeat the PPP. Fair enough. The PPP has got to go. But when it comes to human rights, when it comes to activism, you've got to be consistent across the board. You've got to do that. And now let's talk about persecutions. I have been in Guyana long enough to know who is who, and who is playing games and who is not playing games, and who were there to persecute people. Lots of people were persecuted by people who are now saying that they are being persecuted, if you know what I mean, right? They were quiet. And so therefore, when you hear or when you see your neighbor's house being burnt, if you see Rhonda Lane is being persecuted, if you see Wayne Caesar, and good night, Wayne, and all of you, if you see Miss Booker is being persecuted, you've got to stand up and help. You've got to stand up and say something about it. You can't sit for all those years and watch people being persecuted, condone it, and be part and was part and parcel of oppressing people, persecuting people, and then now suddenly you're crying. It's not going to work for me. Now again, I want to say it is wrong. It is wrong. But in this life, you've got to be careful with what you condone, because what you condone today may come back to haunt you tomorrow. And that is what we're seeing with the Mohammeds now. What they condoned yesterday and for all those years is now coming back to haunt them. And for me, my focus is on victims, such as those people at Mocha Arcadia. Where were these people when the people's lands were being taken away from them? They were nowhere to be seen. Instead, they were amassing wealth and riches and all sorts of things, 83,000 acres of land and all these things. And suddenly, I don't know if you guys aren't reading between the lines. Suddenly, come on. Now, let's talk about what happened last evening. We see the strong arm of the state. Don't get me wrong. And if you want Muhammad, what's his name, Azruddin or whatever, if you want Muhammad to report to police station for a minor or whatever it is you want to call it offense, you don't go there with a bunch of policemen and all these different things and big guns and so forth and so on. Now, even though the Mohammeds and them encouraged the police, I'm sure in the past, and they were all part and parcel together. They were all something together. They helped to persecute people. It doesn't mean that what the police did last night through instructions of political forces in the PPP to go there and embarrass them, it doesn't mean that it is right. I'm not saying that it is right. But what I'm saying is that the Mohammeds them now, Azraddin Mohammed, eyes should open, and now he will feel the pain as to what people have undergone under the corrupt PPP regime, and how people have suffered under the corrupt PPP regime, and how people have been persecuted under the corrupt PPP regime. And a lot of those business people, or so-called business people, condone. Some of them were part and parcel of the persecution. Some of them, still so-called businessmen in Guyana, were part and parcel of phantom squad gangs, killing gangs and murderous gangs and all sorts of things. That's when all of them were friends and cozying up to each other. We need a government in Guyana that wouldn't use the police force to go and grab and intimidate people, whether it's their political opponents or not. It is unacceptable. And what I saw last night there with the van loads of police, of course, it's reminiscent. Personal experience many times. Others have experienced that, been persecuted many times. And so it is wrong. It is absolutely wrong. And now you guys know how I feel about the Mohammeds. I honestly feel that they shouldn't be running for any office. I don't think they are worthy. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't have a right to be a citizen and to do whatever else they got to do, but I wouldn't see myself voting for individuals such as Azraddin Mohammed. Not at all. But it doesn't mean that the strong arm or the long arm of the corrupt PPP, something that, of course, they were just part and parcel of that whole corruption, according to the sanctions and according to Reuters and all these different agencies. It's a different thing. But I don't think that the nation needs somebody like Azraddin Mohammed to be anywhere close to political power. That's just my opinion on that. But what the government did last evening is unacceptable. I noticed what some folks are saying. Christopher Jones as well. You know, I wish a lot of you should have gone out there to condemn Christopher Jones as well. Not Christopher Jones, but what they did to Christopher Jones, what they did to Rhonda Lane, this persecution, what they have done to the people of Mocha Arcadia, what they have done to the people of Linden, and so forth and so on. So we've got to not be emotional as we get into these elections and want to go and vote for somebody that would, in my opinion, cause more harm to Guyana and not be able to fix the system. The system in Guyana needs to be fixed. It's broken under the PPP regime. And that is why I'm saying we need good people to be in there. And you've got to rethink. You've got to be smart in this game. You've got to be smart. Now, enough of that. And by the way, let's say goodnight to Sanction Woman. Good night. I wonder what she's up to. She's been sanctioned. A lot of them have been sanctioned, and the PPP is quiet about the sanction. But we're watching. The PPP is quiet about the sanction, but they want to give you the impression that the Mohammeds are the only ones sanctioned in Guyana by OFAC. OFAC is a very serious entity or agency, and when they sanction you, they sanction you. But the Mohammeds are not the only ones, and Jagdev and Irfan and these people have to start embracing their sanctioned people as well. And we know who their sanctioned people are, right? They're right there. And ask yourselves, why is the PPP so quiet on Mark Cromwell, a friend of the PPP? He's also known as Demon, a friend of the PPP, a friend of the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. Paul Dabby Jr., a friend of the PPP. Why are they all so quiet? What has happened to the business entities of these individuals, Paul Dabby and Ronald Duncan and so forth? What has happened? Do they still carry guns? Are they still firearm license holder? Do they have big guns and so forth and so on? So just like the corrupt PPP regime went after the Mohammeds and grabbed their guns and grabbed everything, after the sanction, well, it was 6-7 months after the sanction. They were lying low with the Mohammeds then. But are they lying low with these guys now? Are they going to use Mark Cromwell, known as Demon, for dirty works? What about Paul Darby Jr.? What about Hemnat Saw? What's happening in Guyana? You guys do not be fooled by the corrupt PPP regime. Do not be fooled at all. And I hope members of the media would ask Jack Dale or the police force about these people, whether their banks or their bank accounts were frozen. Cannot be one-sided in all of this. Cannot. So whatever the PPP is doing to the Mohammeds, as it pertains to the sanction, took away their guns and all sort of things, the same should be done to sanction women as well. Sanction women. The same should be done to sanction women, and the same should be done to these sanction guys. Hemnat Saw. What about him? Have you guys heard anything? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nothing at all. But every single day, instead of you guys, I'm not talking about all of you guys, but you got to stay focused on things that are important in this elections. To get your folks to go out and vote. Those who are sitting on the fence to go out and vote. It is important that when you vote the right set of people in office. They get good people that you can vote for. People who have a track record that you can vote for. A track record of working for you. A track record of standing up for you. A track record of being there with you in thick and thin. And now that track record is not who was able to give you something or a little handout here and there or whatever. No, that's not a track record. Everybody does that. I'm sure many of you in the audience have done wonderful works for people. Wonderful things. But when you're voting for people, don't say, man, oh, because somebody give you a cup of coffee, or somebody give you a little Milo, or somebody give you a puri or a box of cook-up, mean that you got to vote, mean that you are obligated to them. When you vote for people, you look for quality. That's what you look for. Quality in people. You look for track record. You look for individuals who you know that can get the job done and restore respectability to Guyana. That is what you need. And you guys, some of you guys are confused. Forgive me for being blunt. Some of you guys are confused. Emotions. You think that this is a rock star kind of event. This is elections. It's serious. It's about repairing a country. And you've got to sit back now and you've got to ask yourselves whether you're making the right choice by embracing the wrong set of people. Ask yourself that question out of emotions. Oh yeah, people do things out of emotions. They get angry. And then when they're not too certain what they're doing, they try to find an excuse. And sometimes the excuse is not that plausible. Now, I have some friends who are making some very bad mistakes. And now sometimes we all do make mistakes. But as we get older, right, we got to reflect back and we got to be able to guide, especially younger generations, say, you're making a mistake. Guyana is more important to save right now than an individual who is trying to save himself. That doesn't necessarily care about you. Let's spin the fan for a moment. It's a bit hot in here. Moving away from that. Hey, how many of you guys know this guy? Now, this guy is Ramaya. Ramaya, that's his name. Dr. Ramaya. Now, Dr. Ramaya, and while many of you focusing on doggy. And a dog will be a dog and a dog, all sorts of things. Yeah. I got to focus on this guy too. Ramaya. It says here, Dr. Ramaya quits win party. In other words, he walked away from Muhammad. No, he can't. He knows why. So he ran. Dr. Ramaya quits win party. His fourth political departure in recent years. This man is probably could get the Olympic medals. This man runs faster than Usain Bolt. Every single political party they in, he run. The fan spinning, and he dropping out. He run. So recently he joined Win Party. He traveled. He said some officer at the airport took his photo, but he not get nothing to do with the Mohammed the man. He not did know the officer just come and take me picture. Right? Good night, Dr. Ramaya. A nice guy if you know him. And he's from Wim Village, so you know Abi no Mati. But when he joined Win, this party, Win, W-I-N, Win, right? Oh man, you could feel that the world was going to be repaired in a matter of minutes. Lo and behold, this man run away from Win now. He quit. So the headline is Dr. Ramaya quits Win Party, his fourth political departure in recent years. He quit the PPP. He joined AFC. He quit AFC. He got a little hold on through APNU, the coalition, Granger. He vexed say he not become minister. They not give him no minister work. He vexed say they not give him no vehicle. They not give him no driver. It's bare vexation. Is what sort of people really getting involved in politics in Guyana? I'm asking you guys is what kind of people really getting involved in Guyana? Guyana's politics. Tell me, they get involved either to save themselves, as is the case with Mohammed. And this guy Ramaya just jumping like a frog all over the place. Jump, quit, jump, quit. They should sing a song, quit and spit and run and look, this is it. I don't know. If y'all think I'm lying, look. Ramaya quit. He run away from wind now. Run away from the wind. Run, far. And then look, another time it says Ramaya resigns as Jack Deo's coordinator in Region 6. Jack Deo give you a little work in Region 6. You get a little money, and he not satisfied with the little money you get. He not satisfied with the little money. He quit. He gone. He beat out. He resurrected. He joined Win. He not last long in Win. He quit. He beat out. Then, not so long ago also, 2016, Dr. Ramaya resigns from AFC. And he want back his money spent on cap. Hold on, Dr. Ramaya got to get an award tonight, man. You guys think I'm kidding, right? Y'all think Doggy bad? This Doggy is nothing compared to this guy, Dr. Ramaya. Nothing. But I bet Azruddin ain't gonna say that this guy Ramaya was just a fan, right? He was basically a blow through the wind and done. Blow through the wind. W-I-N, blow through the wind. Or wind, blow through the wind and done. Quit. So Dr. Ramaya, in 2016, the headline says, Dr. Ramaya resigns from AFC and he want back. He say he want back his money. Hey, we can't make this thing up, guys. Let me check your comments out. We can't make these things up, guys. We just cannot make these things up. Well, to give some credit to Dr. Ramaya, he did a lot of work for the AFC. Don't get me wrong. Before the in the 2015 elections, he did a lot of work on the quarantine, far more work than Ramjatan and Moses Nagamutu put together. Far more work. I'll give Dr. Ramaya this. But when the coalition got into office, in my opinion, Dr. Ramaya should have given either a ministerial post. You put somebody like Dr. Ramaya as Minister of Agriculture, man, he will work wonders. So that is why it's important that you put people in right positions. But what the coalition did, what President Granger did, or whoever decided, was to put a guy by the name of Holder. Holder Ingham come out and go Black Bush Polar and tag them Black Bush Polar man language, take out take off his boots and walk. He gonna stay in his air-conditioned vehicle. So that was an error by the coalition. And so maybe that drove Ramaya crazy. He couldn't recover since then. But I'm trying to be honest and fair here that Ramaya should have been given a position, right? And they didn't put Ramaya in parliament either. They scratch out Ramaya's name, they scratch out Ryan Crawford's name, and they put AFC, that is. AFC put Charan Das in parliament, and the rest is history. But I honestly do believe that Ramaya should have been treated with the respect that he should have been given, because he and others on the quarantine were able to penetrate the PVPC's voting population on the quarantine. I noticed Win now has another guy that cannot do it. His name is Gobin Ram Garbajan or whatever. He can't do it. Those guys are hustlers. He can't do it. But Dr. Ramaya hasn't recovered since then. He's a man that quit all the time. He quit and he tell AFC that he gotta get back his money. And for that now, this is how he went to AFC, Ramjatan, and them asked him back for his money. So Dr. Ramaya quit again. But look, Ramaya resigns again. All these headlines. Ramaya resign. Ramaya resign. Ramaya resign. Ramaya resign. Ramaya resign. And the fan is still spinning. All right. What else is happening in your neck of the woods? I noticed Christopher Ram giving Irfan a thumbs up there. Giving Irfan a thumbs up. I thought this wasn't. I thought all right, it is what it is. You guys be careful. You guys keep an eye on this elections, Now, I want to talk about this Tabeta. Is that Tabeta? Okay. I don't know what's going on, but in my opinion, these people are just all about positions. They are just all about positions. And that is what it is all about. Nothing else. Not about the people. Remember when Sarabu Haley, when she was with the WPA, and Rupert Rupnarine resigned as Minister of Education. And Rupert was a good guy for Ministry of Education, mind you. Dr. Rupert Rupnarine was good at the ministry, far better than Nicolette Henry. However, Sarabu Haley resigned from the WPA, and formed a little paper, a leaflet party, that God in heaven knows what happened, whether it's gone with the wind. Right? I'm sorry. It's gone with the wind. Just gone. Disappeared. And so out of the blue now, she decided, well, it's her right, that she's going with the wind now. She's decided, I am almost certain that she has nothing in common with Win presidential candidate Azradin and those. Nothing, absolutely nothing. But decided that maybe she just probably wants to get a seat or squeeze back into parliament or something. Oh, sir. So this, whatever is happening now, whatever is happening now is opportunistic. That is all it is. Nothing else. These people are not serious about you, the people. They're not serious about that at all. They're not. It's all about a bench. It's all about a seat. It's all about getting back into parliament. And they will do whatever. Sorry that I have to sound like whatever they have to do to get back in there. And in the process of doing it, they're going to come to you. Come to you. I don't know. She's saying the people are choosing something different. Something different doesn't mean something right. Something different doesn't mean something good. But I'll be watching. I know you guys will be watching as well. But this was a silly move, if you ask me that. Silly, silly, silly move. When you wanted them to go out there and show the energy, some of these people show the energy while they were there in parliament. They weren't showing the energy. They weren't. I don't know, man. Somebody, like what Judge Shishida said. Somebody send me a drink there, man. Right, I don't drink. A beer occasionally, right? But something isn't right in Guyana's politics. When you listen to some of these folks and talking about politics, and I want to know what has happened to Guyana. What has happened to Guyana? What has happened to Guyana? Somebody answer me. What has happened to that country? Sometimes I listen to some things and I'm like, not today. Not today at all. Not today. Not today. What else is happening here? Look at what this Kunumunu air finale. Kunumunu air finale. Look, I want the opposition to do well. The good opposition, mind you. Not every day is bare frustration opposition. I mean, there's no opposition. There's confrontation, personal war with the PPP. And I see some of my friends, some people that I know also on Facebook are making a terrible mistake. I see some relatives, some of them that I know, they're making because out of emotions. And I got to talk to them. I ain't going to tell them come downstairs and talk to them. I want to talk to them on the road. I want to talk to them in the trenches. I want to talk to them in a nice, dignified way, straightforward way. Look at what this guy is now saying. For 28 years, 23 prior to 2015, and this 5 years equals what? 28 years. They never give a damn about artists in Guyana. They have insulted these people, including sports people as well. Insulted them, insulted journalists, and all manner of things. That is what they do to people. They persecute people. This persecution is not something that overnight. It's been happening for a while. And those who are crying crocodile tears now were part and parcel of that. Part and parcel of that. Now, let's take a look at this here. Irfan Ali is saying that the new PPPC government will give cash grants to artists to improve their skills. Oh, give me a break. You're not doing anything to copyright laws, to protect these people's work. That is far more important than insulting these artists by telling them, well, maybe they could do that to Adrian Dutchin and one and two more of them, right? But to insult these people, most of them are talented. Some try to. But regardless, You ensure that you have copyright laws to protect their rights so that when they produce something, their rights, their work will be respected. No, this corrupt PPP regime, they're not concerned about that. But they want to swar people. They want to sweet talk people. They want to be scampish to Guyanese. And everything for them is cash grant. Cash grant. I bet they are going to go to the cemetery and they are going to open those graves and they are going to give those people, those dead people, cash grants to go and vote again. Oh, yes, cash grants to go and vote again. 61 dead voters benefited from cash grants under the PPP regime. And knowing how scampish the PPP regime is, I wouldn't be surprised if they owe these 61 dead people who voted in the last elections. And so, what the PPP regime, what Jack Dave and Irfan and those vagabonds and those trench crappos in the PPP are going to do, they are going to double up on the amount of dead persons who have already been paid, if you know what I mean, right? Have already been paid. Their names are already there on the voters list. Many of them. A friend of mine called me today and said, "Hey, Mark, well, you know how them country people stay, right? A guy on the quarantine, Cromarty Village to be exact, died many years ago. And guess what? His name is on the list. How could any country on the voters list, hundreds, probably thousands of dead people? My grandfather, who died in Guyana, he wasn't a Guyanese. He wasn't a Guyanese. A Dutchman died in Guyana in 1979 or 1980, sometime then. He was buried at, and my grandfather, very dear to me, spoke very little English, but he was a die-hard PNC. If Prime Minister Hamilton Green watching, he would know her. Oscar Clark is now dead, um, and Forbes Burnham. But I don't know how we communicated with him. He was a good writer. But having said that, I just had to say that my grandfather was a die-hard PNC, even though he wasn't a Guyanese, right? So my grandfather worked hard for the Let me sorry about that. You know, some people love to say what the grandparents did and what the parents did. But my grandfather buried at Eversham Cemetery many years ago. I gotta double check that list to see if my grandfather is on that list. Dead people are on that list. And you cannot have a clean voters list if you have dead people on the list. And on top of that, you have people who have been inactive for 2, 3, 4, 5 decades. They're in the United States of America, they're at UK, they're in the UK, they're in Canada, wherever they are, and they're not even back in Guyana, and their names are still on the voters list. Something ain't right. It is unacceptable. And so when these people talking about free and fair elections, you got to be careful. You've got to be extra, extra careful. So the PPP was able to rig the elections. Of course, they were installed, but they started the rigging early o'clock. Early o'clock, they started the rigging, and the rigging has already begun. What they want to do, because they realize that Win Party is concentrating mainly in PNC stronghold. And the myth that Win people are perpetuating out there is basically to say to people, oh, PPP supporters are quiet, you know, they're going to vote for Abby. No, 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 no. Y'all don't fall for that trick. This is what I want the PNC and the coalition, up to coalition, to do. Go into Region 10. Go in Linden. and pull that crowd and show these people what a real crowd is about. A crowd where you don't have to pay for cook up, where you don't have to pay people to wear t-shirts, and where you don't have to pay people to drive in a bunch of cars and minibuses and honk the horns on the yeah, yeah, yeah. Go into Kokwani and show them what a crowd looks like. Go into Ituni and show them what a crowd looks like. Go in New Amsterdam, go on the Quarantine, go Philippi, go Hampshire, go all across and show these folks what a real crowd looks like. Not a paid crowd, not a pay for hire or whatever crowd. A real crowd where people know that come September 1st, they've got to do the right thing. And the right thing is vote honest people into office, sensible people into office who can govern a country and would be able to make Guyana breathe again. This is not a comedy show. This is not about vexation and emotional outburst. This is a serious election. Do not be fooled by individuals who got money to now burn and money to now make it appear that they care about you. When not so long ago, the very people, whether it's the Mohammeds and them or whoever, while they were all cozying up with their, it's okay, all right, good, right? The people of Makkah suffered. Who was actually out there for them? Absolutely nothing. The people in Linden, in Amelia's Ward, I believe, and other places got their houses burnt down, broken down by the corrupt PPP regime. And all these people who suddenly are coming to some of you with blue eyes and not so blue eyes to tell you that they care about you. Now, something is wrong. It's time for reality check, guys. You know, they got a lot of hype. You got a rap song, Don't Believe the Hype. In this elections, you've got to be careful with the wrong kind of hype would lead you down the wrong path. And if you know what I mean, wake up.
I'm fucking upset right now. I'm tired. I don't want nobody call me. I don't want nobody saying nothing to me. I'm leaving the fucking win party officially. I'm fucking tired. I'm calling the shots. I'm paying people. I'm doing all of this. And you're going to left me for fucking dead? It's a no for fucking me. I'm going to join a party who got me. Real people. Do you understand me? I'm fucking tired of Mohammed. I'm tired of every fucking body. Fuck you.
Now, let me ask you this question. Now, I know I thought Doggy is Doggy. Doggy will be Doggy. But Doggy couldn't be serious about elections. Doggy couldn't be serious about talking to you guys about elections. Now, his vote counts if he's registered to vote, that is. Don't get me wrong. And once he goes out there to vote, I hope he makes the right choice. Right? But Doggy will be Doggy. But we cannot, this is a serious elections. These are serious times. Oh, man. Oh. Why the distractions? Thousands of people throughout Guyana are punishing as a result of the corrupt PPP regime and those who embrace them in that corruption. Those who were able to get duty-free concessions with almost everything. Those who were driving around not so long ago with outriders, your money, your tax-paying dollars. Those who were recently, not so long ago, they weren't being persecuted, but you were being persecuted and they were quiet with billions and billions of dollars of contracts. Thousands upon thousands of acres of land. 83,000 acres of land the Mohammeds got. You out there were punishing for even one or a 50 by 60 piece of house lot. A little piece of house lot you were punishing. Nobody gave a rat's arse about you then. But suddenly, you become important in the eyes of these greedy people who never give a rat's ass about you prior to now. Lots of them, not just the Mohammeds, lots of them don't give a rat's ass about you, including Irfan Ali, including Bara Jack Dio and these guys. Again, it is important that when you vote on September 1st, don't vote with emotion. Don't vote out of vexation because you spite this body and that body. It is not what somebody has done for you. But if you're a patriot, it's about the country. It's about developing that beautiful country. It's about taking that country out of the hands of some corrupt vagabonds in the PPP who do not care about you. And you can't take the country away from vagabonds and put it in the hands of a vagabond or vagabonds. Now, don't get me wrong. People who run after political parties or individuals who suddenly believe that they can save Guyana, suddenly, it's a lie. They can't save Guyana. They're just fighting to save themselves. And their followers, I want to make the distinction. Their followers, their fans, are not whom I'm describing as vagabonds. They, the leader of those political parties, whether it's Win, they are the vagabonds. And they think that they can fool you, right? Y'all need to wake up, guys. Y'all need to wake up and understand what is happening in these elections. Understand how some of you guys are being used in these elections. Understand it. Do not allow yourself to be used for a few dollars, because the few dollars will be over. It will be done. And there will be no bright future for your children. There will be no bright future for you. And Guyana will not be able to breathe again. Wake up, guys. Wake up. And so these guys now, back to these artists, they are being fooled by Irfan Ali. Because if Irfan Ali and them cared about artists in Guyana, they would have had the copyright laws. They would have ensured that these same artists are not discriminated against. Because if one of these guys sing at a PNC rally right now, they are going to be discriminated against. If they sing at a Forward, I think that party, they are going to be discriminated. If they sing at Simona Broom's party, they are going to be discriminated. If they go to other opposition parties and sing or dance, they will be discriminated against. And these guys are now being used, attempt by Irfan Ali to use you guys out there. I know some of you. Don't fall for it. I noticed Adrian Dutchin put on his red shirt and singing. Well, it's his prerogative. We all know. People all know exactly Adrian, where he stood, where he stands. It's okay. Some of them, let me see who else there. Yeah, we know where some of them stand. But do not be used, guys, by Irfan Ali and the PPP. They're using you guys. They're using teachers as well. Soon you will be hearing about the cane cutters. Just soon they will be giving billions of dollars to Gaisuko. All things will be happening in this. All promises. They're going to go to Uncle Eddie's home as well. They are going to go to the Palms. They don't care about those people. They don't care about the elderly. They don't care about young people. You see all these young people running around and talking about the elections and so forth. It is the PPP that caused the country to be where it is today. Because for 20-something years, they deprived those young people of a free university education. It is only now that they say that tuition is going to be free at the University of Guyana. Tuition used to be free for many years. And most of those PPP vagabonds at Freedom House benefited from free education, free university education under the PNC, under Burnham, under Desmond Hoyt. And in 1993, they took it away months after they got into office. They took away free tuition at the University of Guyana. And they deprived young people. So when you see the young people behaving the way that they're behaving, must know that the PPP produced, the PPP deliberately did that to the nation. Hence the reason we have.
I'm fucking upset right now. I'm tired. I don't want nobody call me. I don't want nobody saying nothing to me. I'm leaving the fucking win party officially. I'm fucking tired. I'm calling the shots. I'm paying people. I'm doing all of this.
So the same people they're calling scrapes are the people that they produced under the PPP regime, are the very young people that they deprived of a decent life under the PPP regime, robbed them of jobs, robbed them of a good education, robbed them of life because they've killed hundreds of young people. And now this elections, they're going to come to you selling dreams. That is what they're doing, selling dreams. And if they can capture you, if they can capture you, they will do just that. Just that they will do. And when they're done with you, you'll end up like this one in a wheelchair, this convicted fraudster in a wheelchair. And when you end up in a wheelchair, you just say, oh, Jesus Christ, I should have never picked up a cutlass and looked to chop anybody. But you know what? At the end of the day, I must applaud the people of the country because their eyes are opening to see that the time has come to rid the nation of this murderous, racist, scampish PPP regime. They've got to go by every legal means necessary. And once they're out of office, Guyana will be able to breathe again. The police force will be able to breathe again. And as you see Bascom there, Bascom was a whistleblower, and if they interdicted him, they persecuted. This guy was persecuted by members of the Guyana police force and members and people who were financing the Guyana police force. He was persecuted. Some would say, oh, well, the Mohammed dropped the charge. Well, the Mohammeds didn't want to go in the witness box because going in the witness box is different. It's real different. So tonight I salute those who are strong enough after they were actually persecuted by this corrupt PPP regime and their friends who helped them to persecute people in that country. Pray for Guyana. I don't know what has happened to this 84-year-old guy. I don't know why they're sending him to jail. I don't know, man. Guyana has gone to the dogs. Seriously, Guyana has gone to the dogs. But come September 1st, you can change it. You can change it for all. Think of all the victims, whether it's Courtney Crummy Wing, whether it's Ronald Waddle, whether it's the three guys in Linden and two recently in Linden, and all the victims who were either tortured and assassinated under the corrupt PPP regime. A good government, a good president, a caring president would be able to invite, since the police force cannot do it, to invite not only the FBI, because we're hearing Christmas blow talk about the Mohammed saying, but he gonna bring in the FBI to solve Adriana Young's case. Give me a break. Give me a break. Lots and lots of Christmas blow, right? Anyways, speaking of persecution, these people have been persecuted for over 5 years. Nobody cared about them. Nobody. I bet some of y'all in the audience, y'all don't even know these people's names. All three of them on this here, on the screen right now, are being persecuted by a corrupt PPP regime. But how many of y'all going to share this photo on Facebook? How many of y'all going to say that these people are being persecuted by the PPP regime? How many of y'all will fight for them? How many of y'all will stand up for them? These are the real people. And now, did the Mohammeds condemn this? Well, we know what role they claim they played in the 2020 elections. We know that. Maybe that explains why these people are being persecuted. I'm out of here, guys. I'm out of here. Stay strong. Be smart. Be smart. Do not be used. It's not too late to get off the fence, and it's not too late to run away from the fan. Now is not time for you to be a fan of any political system. Now it's time for you to be fully committed and ensure that there is change come September 1st. Real change, not an exchange from corruption to corruption. A real change so that Guyana would be able to breathe again. My name is Mark Benshap. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow night, same place, same time. But don't forget, we got to give our friend DJ Shrimpy an ad. Because we get an ad, and we got to play this ad. DJ Shrimpy got Backyard at Woodbine, August 9th. You guys got to go there. I'll be there. Trust me. I'll be there. I haven't gone to, as Doggy would say, a party. A party. I haven't gone to a party in a long time. But maybe it's time for me to take my tie off and hit the dance floor without a cutlass. God bless you. See you tomorrow night. Same place, same time. Don't forget, check the other shows they're on. You have Kadaki on, then you have Shara Duncan on, I think, in the morning as well. And then they have other shows. Good shows. Listen to good shows. Don't be confused, though. Listen to good shows with good messages, not confusing messages. God bless you guys. So long. I notice Tom Anderson is in the audience, and all of you, wherever you are, Kofi Sandiford and Colleen Isaacs and Lachman Aziz and Tony Hack. You guys, have always been great. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Sometimes we agree and sometimes we disagree, but we're grown-ups and we know what needs to be done come September 1st. Talk to your neighbors. Talk to those young people. Talk to them, especially those on the ground in Guyana. Those who have an ID card in Guyana and will be going out and vote. On the ground is where it matters. Voting is important. I'm out of here. So long.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%. Get your give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base. Then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fear with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up.
Yeah, my name is Jacinty Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my X next to the cup. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
My relationship?
You could probably, on the maritime area, give Venezuela a channel out to the sea. So you make a slight concession in the maritime area